reaction to when the team saw the pairings and playing Oregon heading back out to the Rose Bowl?
It was a good reaction. We stayed in the top 4. That was one of our goals. So, whether we were 2 or 3, we were still going to go to Pasadena, so it didn't really matter. But I know a lot of the guys were excited about it, including myself. We worked real hard for it. And, when you see your dreams, unfold before your eyes, it's a great feeling.
The tempo and speed they have, what kind of unique challenges does that present for a defensive lineman?
It's tough, because they run a play, and then their offensive line do their job, and they try to hurry it back up to the line of scrimmage because it's not really a problem for the skill positions. They just line up where they're going. They probably have a system, how they line up, but us just matching the offensive line, their speed. That's probably going to be the biggest thing. But conditioning is, plays a big part in that, and luckily we have a little bit more time than the average week to get in better condition for them.
Derrick, with the pressure to go undefeated and repeat as national champions, was this season a little bit more mentally taxing than you might have thought coming into the season?
Yeah, I think it could have been. A lot of stuff that went on. Especially the Jameis stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not mentally strong, and a coach like Coach Fisher, he's not doing what he's doing for us.
Mm-hmm.
It can get in your head. You get mentally weakened by it. But I think he does a great job. And when you see a guy like Jameis, and it's not fazing him at all. He's still poised, and he's still himself out there with all us. It's easy to be yourself.
Is it kind of understood in the
We
locker
got John
room?
Franklin here too.
Is it kind of understood in the locker room that this could be the last time you guys played in sort of the Jameis era of Florida State if he decides to leave? That this could be the last run with him.
We don't really talk about it, but nobody's naive to it. I think everybody understands, but nobody's really talking about it right now. We're just worried about winning the game.
Derrick, you mentioned that mental toughness that you guys have really had this season, Coach Fisher. What is it specifically that you guys are able to do, or what brings that mental toughness to you guys?
I think it's just the way we practice. We practice really high intensity, really physical. I don't think a lot of teams. I have a lot of friends on other teams around the country, and they say we're crazy. They don't practice anywhere close to the way we do, especially during the season. So I think just the way we go about our business, and how Coach Fisher structures everything, the way we do things. It's a testament to him.
How about the off the field stuff? How do you guys mentally toughen and not ignore all that stuff and go through it?
You just as much as you want to, you can't really watch SportsCenter because they're gonna do their thing. They're gonna down us. They're gonna throw us under the bus, say we're nothing, and but it's whatever. You just gotta stay focused. Spend your time doing other things, getting treatment, watching film, that type of stuff. Because the more film you watch, the better you know your opponent, and the better we'll be able to go out there and dominate.
Derrick, how different is your mentality from last year? I mean, last year, obviously, you guys easily won games. This year, a completely different story. Is there a different mentality going into the Rose Bowl this year?
I don't think it's a different mentality, really. I think it's just, same mentality. Maybe we just got there a different way. Last year, we had the ability to dominate, and this year we had the ability to grind wins out. They were both wins, but we just went about it different ways. So.
Has motivation changed at all for you guys from when you first started maybe in spring practice to where you guys are now going into this semifinal?
I don't think it's really changed because it was like this from the first day. Coach Fisher, he started like this. I don't know how to really say it. He started kind of like from the end. He always preached playoffs to us. He always knew we were going to be here. And he spoke it into existence, if you want to say. So it was that type of thing.
Derrick, I know you said you weren't going to shout him out, but have you noticed Lamarcus's contribution, especially over the last couple of weeks?
Oh yeah. You're gonna make me shout him out. yeah. Bebo's been, he's been balling. He's been, I think he has 2 interceptions right now. And they came at really hard times in the game. So, even my dad, spoke up and said, yeah, that 42, he came in with you, right? I said, yeah, he came in with me. Yeah, he said he's showing flashes. He's a really good player. So, I know it's hard, at a place like this, where, we recruit 5 stars and everything, and, a lot of great players are coming through, and it's hard to, wait your turn. But I know I've seen Bebo wait his turn, and he just played his role, special teams from here on out, and then now he's being rewarded going out there, and he's making plays. So it's just he's that type of guy, man.
You guys kind of have that in common, don't you? But came together and it took a couple of years to sort of find your stride for one reason or another. Is it kind of cool to maybe it seems like you know him pretty well to kind of look at each other and be like, hey,
oh, yeah,
we're here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't get the credit of 2 interceptions though, but it's pretty good. Seeing our class really flourish. With guys like me and Bebo and Bobby and Rashad, and it's great.
When Eddie went down against Georgia Tech, Derrick had to come in and get a lot of reps in Georgia Tech. How did he do in that? Looked like he did really well.
Oh, yeah, he did really well. He had a great week of practice. Even Coach was saying he probably had the best week of practice out of all of us. So it didn't surprise me the way he came in there and played and really dominated in a lot of spurts. So Eddie just has bad luck against these wing T teams. But when you got a guy like Nadi who's mentally focused all week and he just does his job all week, it's easy once you get to Saturday.
Is that depth going to be really important against Oregon? Because they're going to try to wear you guys down. That's what they do. To have a guy like that to come out to give Eddie some rest in that game.
Oh yeah, that's really important. They're going to be running up tempo, so we're going to have to have a lot of guys and be able to sub in when Oregon presents us with opportunity.
With the spread and the option that Oregon runs to have an athletic 300-pounder like Mario at defensive end, how much of an impact will he have on that game, do you think?
I think it's going to be a big impact. We watched a little film on him, of course, and being a big guy like Mario, he's going to be especially a big guy that can run like Mario. He's going to be able to get down the line and chase plays down, and of course he's going to be able to knock people around. So I think once he starts putting that 300-pound and hitting people, even though he likes to really press that he's losing weight, I'm staying the same weight. He tries to compete with me, even though I'm a D tackle, he's a D line, so he's down to about 285 right now, so he's throwing that in my face. So,
like in the Auburn game with that spread, is this really the place for Mario to shine? That Auburn game, there was a lot of pressure put on him to have to make those plays in space. So kind of same situation you feel this year where he's going to have to try to make those plays in space again against Oregon.
Oh yeah, that's why they try to take advantage of people. Getting their athletic guys out in space. Making them make plays against their athletic guys. But I think if we tackle in space and everybody does that job, we'll be all right.
The tempo that Oregon runs, is it comparable to anyone you've seen this year? Is it more like Auburn? Like, just how fast are they going there when you're watching them on film?
Yeah, it's probably like Auburn. That's probably the closest thing we've seen to it. But it's just we have a lot of time to prepare for it. Extra running can always help. Getting in the weight room, getting on the treadmill, whatever you can do to get that extra win. Because of course everybody wants to play as many plays as they can. So if you have your wind up, you can play on the best of your ability.
You talk about the physical conditioning of that, but what about mentally? Do you have to be ready for knowing that there'll be 3-4 plays in a minute that they might break off?
You have to be disciplined. They're gonna get their big plays, but you can't get frustrated. You have to do your job, and eventually a type of offense like that, you just look for them to make mistakes. They're looking for you to make mistakes, and we're looking for them to make mistakes. So that type of thing.
Traveling to the West Coast last year, how long did it take you guys to sort of adjust? Did it take like a long nap or?
Yeah. I think when we got there, they let us sleep it off because it was a little, the time change, it kind of messed everybody up, and it was a long flight. So you just take a long nap, and then you just get acclimated to the time difference. I think that's 3 hours ahead or behind. So you just get acclimated to that, and you'll be all right.
And when do you think that experience last year, how's it going to help you this year?
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. Going back in that building, hopefully they let us get in the same locker room. So it'll be that type of thing. So yeah, it was great though. The Rose Bowl is a beautiful place. We finished there last year. Hopefully we can keep our streak alive in the Rose Bowl.
And playing in the atmosphere, Oregon played a game there earlier this year. They've played games there multiple times. You guys have that one experience last season. How much is that going to help you guys?
Yeah, we've been there before, so I think it's that type of thing. You know, except the freshmen, you know, of course, I don't think anybody's eyes is gonna be, you know, real big when they walk in there. It's just like any other game for us. It's like playing the dope. You know, this is a business trip for us, so we're just gonna go in there, you know, handle our business.
Sounds good.